The dark legend of Oiran Buchi, Japan's cursed ravine of the dead. Deep within the mountains of Yamanashi Prefecture lies a place wrapped in mist, silence, and terrifying legend, a forgotten gorge known as Oiran Buchi. Travelers who pass near the old cliff speak of strange whispers drifting through the trees, ghostly women in ancient kimono, and screams echoing from the ravine after sunset. Many believe it is one of the most haunted locations in all of Japan. The meaning behind Oiran Buchi. The name Oiran Buchi roughly translates to the courtesans' ravine. The story dates back hundreds of years to the Edo period, when Japan was ruled by feudal lords and isolated mountain mining towns thrived in secret valleys. According to local history and folklore, the region around the cliffs once contained hidden gold mines controlled by powerful rulers. These mines were dangerous, isolated, and full of exhausted workers. To keep the miners entertained and obedient, wealthy officials brought groups of women, many believed to be courtesans or entertainers known as Oiran. But the mountain held darkness far worse than loneliness. The gold mine hidden in the mountains. Long ago, the mountains of Yamanashi were rich with gold. Deep tunnels were carved into the cliffs by miners who worked day and night under brutal conditions. The mines were isolated from the rest of Japan, hidden by forests and dangerous mountain paths. Workers rarely escaped. Many died underground from cave-ins, disease, starvation, or exhaustion. Yet the mines continued to grow richer. To prevent secrets about the gold from spreading, the rulers controlling the mines allegedly kept everyone trapped in the valley, miners, guards, and the women brought there. The courtesans lived in wooden houses near the cliffs, entertaining officials and wealthy overseers. Some stories say many of them had been sold into service against their will. At night, lanterns glowed through the mountain fog while the sounds of shamisen music drifted across the ravine. But beneath the beauty was fear. The order that sealed their fate. According to the darkest version of the legend, the mine owners eventually feared that information about the hidden gold would leak to outsiders. The rulers decided there could be no witnesses. One stormy night, after years of labor and secrecy, the miners and courtesans were gathered near a suspension bridge crossing the ravine. The bridge stretched high above jagged rocks and a violent river below. The women believed they were finally being allowed to leave the mountains. Instead, betrayal awaited them. As the group crossed the bridge, guards allegedly cut the ropes holding it together. The bridge collapsed into the abyss. Men and women screamed as they plunged into darkness. Bodies smashed against the cliffs before disappearing into the raging waters below. Some legends claim hundreds died that night. Others say a few survived the fall only to wander the mountains injured and starving before dying in the forest. The ravine became known as Oiran Buchi. And according to local belief, the dead never left. The ghost women of the ravine. For generations, travelers passing through the area reported terrifying encounters. People claimed they saw women in white or faded kimono standing near the cliffs at dusk. Some appeared beautiful from a distance, silently watching from the trees. But when approached, their faces changed. Stories describe pale skin, black hollow eyes, broken necks, or expressions twisted in grief and rage. Others reported hearing the sound of women crying deep within the forest even when nobody was there. Some hikers said they heard old-fashioned Japanese songs echoing through the mountains at night. Then the singing would suddenly stop. The haunted bridge. Modern visitors often speak about the bridge connected to the legend. The current bridge crossing the gorge is newer than the original, yet many locals avoid walking across it after dark. According to rumors, people feel invisible hands pushing them near the edge. Footsteps can be heard following travelers despite nobody being present. Cameras malfunction unexpectedly. Strange female voices whisper names into the darkness. Some claim that if you stand alone on the bridge at midnight, you may see ghostly lantern lights moving below the cliffs where the dead once fell. Others say the spirits of the courtesans still search for escape from the ravine. Disappearances and strange incidents. Over the decades, stories of mysterious disappearances around the area spread through Japanese urban legends. Hikers reportedly vanished without explanation. Some travelers became lost despite following marked paths. A few returned claiming they saw women beckoning them deeper into the forest. Whether these accounts are true or exaggerated by folklore remains uncertain, but the mountain's reputation only grew darker over time. Even today, some locals refuse to discuss the legend openly. The atmosphere of Oiran Buchi. Unlike crowded tourist attractions, Oiran Buchi feels isolated and ancient. Dense forests block much of the sunlight. Wind whistles through the ravine like distant screams. Mist often hangs over the cliffs, especially during evening hours. The silence itself feels unnatural. Visitors frequently describe a heavy feeling in the area, as though the mountain remembers what happened there. Some paranormal investigators have visited the site searching for evidence of supernatural activity. Several claim to have captured strange voices or unexplained shadows in photographs. Skeptics argue the legends are fueled by fear, tragic history, and the dangerous terrain. But believers say the mountain is cursed by betrayal and mass death. Why the story endures? The legend of Oiran Buchi survives because it mixes real historical elements with terrifying folklore. Japan's mountain mining regions truly were harsh and secretive places during the Edo era. Many workers suffered greatly, and isolated communities often developed ghost stories tied to tragedy and death. Whether every detail of the bridge massacre is historically proven remains debated. But in Japanese folklore, places touched by suffering are believed to retain spiritual scars. And few places carry darker legends than the cliffs of Oiran Buchi. The ravine today. Today, adventurous travelers and ghost hunters still visit the area in Yamanashi Prefecture seeking the truth behind the legend. Some come hoping to experience paranormal activity. Others come simply to witness one of Japan's most infamous haunted locations. But almost everyone leaves with the same feeling. That somewhere in the mountain fog, the spirits of the lost still wait beside the cliffs, searching for the bridge that betrayed them centuries ago.